Hi you guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to go over my family's 2018 household spending plan. This is the template that I use for all of our expenses, and I've been using this template for the past let's see, let's think. It's been about 3 years, 4 years since I've been using this, and it's worked great. I've made every single year, at the end of every single year, I make some adjustment, such as if there's an expense that we don't have anymore, I just take it out and we format all the formulas and everything. But this is um, the template that I use, and it's worked great for us. And I've thought about switching to paper budget, but it just doesn't work for me. And working accounting, Excel just, it's just I work in Excel every single day, so this is what I use. And we don't really use the term budget. We like to use the term spending plan, just because we believe that budgets is a bit more restrictive than spending plan. We work really hard for our money, so we want to make sure that every penny, every dollar, every cent that we earn has a job. It's ingrained in our brain. We don't really spend just for the pleasure of spending. It has to have a job, either whether it's for blow money, entertainment, or eating out. Each dollar, each penny, each cent that we earn has a job. So that's why we use the term household spending plan. And this part here is a summary of the categories that are in our budget. So we have a previous month carryover. We function on a $0 budget. So usually the previous month carryover will be zero. And then there's the total gross income, the payroll deductions, retirement accounts, and total net income, which is our take home. And then monthly spending and savings and investment and total expense and the net. The net usually will be $0 just because it's a $0 based budget. So going back to the total gross income, this is where um, this number here comes from here. This is the total income, and it's just a sum of each all the items in this table right here. So we have Alex paycheck one, Alex paycheck two, paycheck three. Talking about paycheck, this is the first time. Last year was actually, well, last year, I mean 2017, was the first year where my husband and I both had the same paydays. Um, I used to be on twice a month um, pay period, and when I switched job at the end of excuse me, towards the end of 2016, I moved to a biweekly pay period, which actually coincides with my husband's pay period. So it's actually it's been um, a lot helpful when it comes to budgeting, planning, and all that stuff. And I moved from an hourly wage to a salary, and it's been every single month our income is pretty much the same. Nothing's changed. The income, the tax, the payroll deductions, everything stays the same. Yeah, unless there's, we have bonus, a raise, but then when there's a raise, I just make a little bit of adjustment. But yeah, it's been wonderful to have a fixed income last year. So we have Alex paycheck. Just because we moved to biweekly, there's a paycheck three for the 2 months in a year where there's three pay periods. So we both have now 26 paychecks. 26. Yeah, 26 paychecks. Yeah. So Alex paycheck three, Isabel paycheck one, two, three, and Sun Hill Homes income. This is our real estate investment. We haven't been able to take anything out so far, but just because we like it that way. Um, so I will go into more details regarding this a bit later. So because this is just an overview, it's not too much detail. I just want to show you guys the plan that we use. And then FSA reimbursement. My husband participated in the dependent care FSA at his work. So every 3 months we get a reimbursement for our daughter's daycare. And the interest income, this is coming from the bank. We have the type of checking accounts and savings accounts that we have gives us some interest income, but it's very minimal. It's not much. But I like my pennies, so I like my bank account to match what my Excel says. So I have a line for interest income. Dividends, we rarely see these because it just gets reinvested in our stock account. But yeah, so this is just here. So I have a line for it in case I need it. And next one is gifts received from family members or parents or anything, any cash dollars that we get, we just, it goes right back in the budget and the spending plan and label it gift receipt. We don't really get a lot of this, but you know, it's there in case I need it. Refund and reimbursement. This is where I put our tax refund if we get any, and also reimbursement. My sister-in-law and her husband are on our phone plan, and every 3 months, my husband does like this big Excel spreadsheet, and he gives it to her and her husband, and they just reimburse us back. And this is where this line is for as well. And then bonus Alex, Isabel, and other miscellaneous income. If God knows what if we get any. I don't really use this. It's just here in case I would need a line like that, but we already use it. And then payroll deductions. Um, a lot of people do the budget or spending plan based on their take-home income. I like to start with our gross income just because I want to make sure that we pay enough tax and also that we are not paying too much taxes. Our budget or our spending plan is a combination of Dave Ramsey and Susan Norman. So Dave Ramsey believes that you shouldn't pay more than you have to. Just because when you get like a large refund back, what that means is that you are lending your money to the government interest free. So you want to take that money home at the beginning, not get your money back at the end of the year. So this is the reason why I came up with this table, just because it helps me to make sure that we are paying enough, not too much, not too little. And if you guys want, I can show you where I have a federal income tax estimate that I track every 3 months to make sure that we are on track on regarding how much taxes. It's quite easy to figure out how much tax you have to pay based on your income. So I do that exercise every year. Usually, the IRA has a calculator on their website where I go in, I input everything, and it tells me how much taxes we will approximately have to pay. So I go based on that, and I tell my husband this is the adjustment we need to do. So I have all this here to help me for that. So this is where I track. I have another spreadsheet, but this is where I run the total. And and then same thing for Social Security, Medicare. Just because I started with the federal income tax, I want to make sure that, you know, I have this as well because I have to go from the gross income to the take-home income. So this is here just for that. And same thing for California. We live in the great state of California, and we pay income tax, we pay social disability income tax, and unemployment and insurance tax. So these are for that. So if you this is for unemployment and disability insurance and this is the state income tax. And same thing for this. I also have a spreadsheet, you know, um, tracking the state income taxes that we are paying. And then health insurance. disability insurance. Um, this is something that my husband has on his check. Limited disability insurance, but it comes out of his check, so whatever. And then this is our FSC accounts. So the dependent care is comes from my husband's check, and he also has his medical, and I have my medical. The children are on his plan, just because his plan is so much cheaper. When open enrollment comes close around, we look at his plans, we look at my plans, we see which one is cheaper. Not necessarily which one is cheaper, but we want to go with the one that is the most beneficial financially and medically for all of us. We have three kids, and we want to make sure that they get the best plan. So we go through the enrollment benefits, we read every little packages, and we pick the best. And usually his job has the best plan. Like, I mean, I wish I was on his plan, but I can't. Otherwise, he'll have to pay penalty fee because my job offers, you know, health plans. So I cannot be on his plan, which sucks. I love his plans. And then, so let's see. So the total, let me go back to the payroll deduction. So here is, as you can see, it's the total it's the sum of every little category of our payroll deductions. So, yep, and that's it. And that's the payroll deduction. And there's a total here which gets transferred to here. See, B107. So, um, let me go back to see to make sure it's actually B107. I trust my spreadsheet. I have a lot of backup in case B07. Yep. So this is the budget, and then this is the actual. So the actual will be C107. So here's your actual C107. Yep. And then we have our retirement account. So he has his 401k, check one, check two, check three, and I have my 401k, paycheck one, paycheck two, paycheck three, and we get our bonus check also. Um, a portion of it also goes to our 401k, and that's his, that's mine. He has a naira, I have a naira, and this is where we don't go. We don't follow the Dave Ramsey's point. Dave Ramsey place that you have to put your 401k on hold. I don't believe that. I think that we have to, at least if your company matches your 401k, you actually have to put at least to the match of your company. So if your company matches up to 3%, you should put in at least 3%. Like if your company puts in like if you guys want, I can go over 401k with you guys, but it's free money. You know, for example, my company matches 50% up to 3%. So basically, meaning like for every dollar that I put in, my company will match 50 cents up to 3%. And obviously, I put in more than 3%. And my husband also puts in more than 3%. His company matches, I think I may be wrong. Actually, I'm not gonna say anything because I'm not really sure how much his company matches. I don't really go too much into his 401k. I just make sure that he's on track and I'm on track. That's my job. So, and he also have a naira. I have a naira, and his company has this thing called the employee stock option, meaning that he gets to put any percentage of his salary into this pool, and every 6 months he gets to buy the company stock at the cheapest, at the lowest um, price that it was on the market on the New York exchange. So this is great. This is a great way for us to fund our sinking funds, and we utilize this. It's a great option. It's pretty much free money. For example, um, let's say that he's he puts in $100. Oh, actually, let's say he puts in like $1,000, and the stock value during that time frame was um the lowest that it was $100. And then when he actually, let's say it was $10. Then at the end of the time, at the end of the time frame, I want to say it's every 6 months. I'm not really sure. I think it's every 6 months. Yeah, I think it's every 6 months. And at the end of 6 months, he has like $1,000, and then the lowest that the stock was $10, meaning that he has about 100 shares of his company stock. Now, when the money becomes vested, he walks away with 100 share. Now, the 100 share. Now, let's say that when the day of the vesting or the day after, the stock is $50, for example. Now, he has 100 share that he bought at $10. So instead of having $1,000, he has $5,000. So the 4,000, it's free money. It's money that he earned. Well, it's not really free money because he works with a company, but it's an incentive that his company has at keeping the employees there and happy. Obviously, 4,000 is a lot of money, but you get to buy your company stock at the lowest price that it was on the market during that time. And then when the money becomes effectively yours, where you can cash it out, you know, you earn the difference. It's free money, and it's been a great way for us to fund our sinking funds. And it's why not use it? It's awesome. So we use it, and this is our total retirement account, and it should be, yep, it should be the total of everything. And retirement account, this cell is I-31. So retirement account budget should be I-31. Yep, exactly. And same thing here. Now let's move on to our monthly spending. This one says monthly expenses, but it should be monthly expenses. Monthly spending. So here, our monthly expenses, we have living expenses, educations and activities, and transportation, entertainment, and blow money. So that is our living expenses, our monthly expenses. Living expenses, we have a mortgage, groceries, electricity and gas, YouTube TV. Um, YouTube TV, this is fairly new to us. We cut our side. We had DirecTV and we were paying about 130, no, 150 something dollar a month. And we're not really big. Well, I'm not a big TV watcher. My husband is he like his sport, he like his TV shows, and the kids don't really watch TV. They have the games, they have the Netflix, and they're happy. So we came to realize, actually I saw an ad. um I'm a big fan of Google, out of all things Google, and I received an email from them saying, oh, try YouTube TV and blah blah blah, and you get a free dongle. So I just went and check it out and sign on, and it I think it was like a month free trial. And we tried it. Actually, we tried it first on our laptop, because after the end of the free trial, that's when they send you the dongle for the TV. And everything that my husband likes to watch was on there. I'm like, why are we paying like 150 something dollars for DirecTV, where we can get a free dongle from YouTube TV and pay $35 a month? And that's what we that's when we switched. We switched to YouTube TV. It's been great. I think we switched half a year ago. Yeah, half a year ago. It's been awesome, you know. And house cleaning. We used to have our house clean, but we kind of, you know, stop. But I still have this line over here. We may eventually get back to it, but right now we don't really need. So, but I keep this as as a line item. And loan care. We do use this. We have our loan every other week. Yeah. So we have that. We have cable. No, we don't have cable. This is internet. I don't know why it has cable. It's internet. And then water, and then waste management for our trash, phone, Netflix, over the counter, and petty cash. Petty cash means I take cash out every month. Not usually not a lot, about $50 to $60 every month for miscellaneous and little expenses. Educational activities. We have Kyle's tuition fees. Our kids, our boys are in a private school, but next school year we may take them out of the private school because we hopefully will be moving out. But this is here. This is here. Aftercare, aftercare. Dylan's daycare. I mean Niela's daycare. That's our daughter's daycare. And then Kyle's 529. We do save for the we do have a college fund for all three of them, and they do participate in school club. So we have this line here, and then the total, yep, everything, and then transportation, my car payment, my husband's gas, my bath. I do commute. I take public transportation to work, and sorry about that. And this is what um I I use: Bharat Muni, toll, and fast track in case we do drive across. We have several bridges in the Bay Area, and everybody needs a fast track. Parking and toll transportation. Yep. And next is entertainment and blow money. My husband's blow money, my blow money, eating out, entertainment slash books. Um, I'm, books is mostly for me because I love my Kindle books. But then I'm thinking maybe I should move my Kindle books to my blow money. Mm, yeah, and other is mostly for booze. Bevmo, and there we go. Monthly expenses. This is the total of each categories. Yep. And then you will have the monthly spending here. I 188. I mean I 88. So let's go to I 88 to make sure that it's what it's supposed to be. I 88. Awesome. And then saving and investment funds. We have vacation funds, but we don't really fund. Well, we do fund vacations, but we don't put a lot into it just because we have a credit card that allow us to use points to earn points, and we use those points towards our vacation. And this is something that also goes against what Dave Ramsey says. I don't do the Dave Ramsey no credit card and no and all cash envelopes. I can do cash envelopes. I tried it. It's messy. It's complicated, and I like using credit card as long as we use it responsibly and we pay it off every single month. Since we've had this credit card, we haven't had to pay interest at all on that credit card because we make sure that um, those are things that it's in our budget. If it's not in our plan, we don't use that credit card for it. And we we pay off the credit card every single month. We earn a lot of points. We'll earn we've been on vacations that was fully funded by the credit card. The only time we had to, the only things that we usually have to pay for, gas for the car and souvenirs and presents, and if the kids want little things, then w- those are the things that we pay out of pockets. But if we need um, travel fare, car or gas, all that is funded by the credit card. And then fully funded emergency funds. We're still saving here, but this year we might have to put a stop to this just because we want to pay off our my car loan. So that's why we'll probably have to stop this one. And stock accounts, we'll probably also have to stop this one. And sinking funds, we are not going to stop this one. And here we have total savings and investment funds. And this cell is I-98. So here you are going to have I-98. Yep. And then total expenses is the monthly spending plus the saving and investment. And the net will be the total net income minus the total expense. Yep. And I like to have our net be usually zero, but if it's not, if it's, you know, a little, if it's just a little bit, that's okay. I just carry over to the next month. And what actually we also do, a few years ago, we actually, when we started kind of taking the whole budget seriously, what we decided to do, we decided to go a month ahead, meaning that the previous month income pays for the current month um, expenses. This is a great idea that Dave Ramsey, we got from Dave Ramsey Financial um, lectures, and it's actually really amazing. You have a peace of mind. You actually have, you know, it's really hard to go a month ahead just because you have expenses that you're trying to pay for. So what actually helped us was one of the year when we received a big return. It was a lot of return. I don't even know how that happened. So, but it allowed us to go a month ahead, and we've never looked back. So it's been um 4 years now, 4 years since we've been going a month ahead. So we always have that cushion, knowing that if one of us loses, his or her job, we will survive a few months. And we live in California, and we get great unemployment benefits. We do get great unemployment benefits. I was unemployed a few times, a couple of times, so I know we've when it happened and I was receiving the unemployment, we never had to touch our savings. And yeah, it was really good. It is really good to be able to, receive that unemployment, and it gives you peace of mind to know that when you get back to work, you know, you wouldn't have had to touch your savings. So yeah, so this is our spending plan, and you'll see that there's a Q1 here, which is a total of the first 3 months, and then there's a Q2, which is a total of the second 3 months of quarter two, and there's Q3, which is a total of the third quarter, and there's a Q4, which is a total of the last quarter. And then at the beginning, there is this is the annual um, Q1, Q2, Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Yep, so everything is here. The reason why I like to have the yearly, it gives me an overview of how much we spend in each category, and it actually helps us to plan for the following year. So when I'm planning for 2018, I look at our 2017 and I see, oh, we spent too much in this category. We need to kind of trim back, and yeah, so it's a great tool. I don't have to go back to several spreadsheets to get an overview of the year. I can just, come over here, actually see how much we, put in our federal income tax. It actually also helps me track our federal income tax. This is another way that I use to track our federal income tax. But I don't usually go by this one just because of the month ahead. Because, for example, January, we are going to be using December income, and it's not really part of 2018. So this is not a reliable tool for me to use when it comes to taxes. So I have another spreadsheet that I use to track um, our federal income taxes. So if you want me to show you that, I can go ahead and do like a quick tutorial and show you what you know, I use and to make sure that we pay enough taxes because I don't want to be paying, I don't want to have to pay, I don't want to be um, penalized for not paying enough either. So so yeah, so this is our 2018 household spending plan template, and this is what I'm going to be using for 2018. And so you know, I already have the January budget laid and ready to go, but I just want to show you guys um, this spreadsheet, and this is great tool. I mean, it's just awesome. It sounds complicated, but it took me um, a lot of trials and errors to get it right. But once I got it right, it just became automatic, you know. And all these formulas, you know, they help a lot. And and I keep a template, you know, a backup copy in case it gets corrupted or in case my laptops goes up in flames and I lose, you know, all of my data, and I don't want to have to rebuild this because this is a lot of work in rebuilding it and putting every pieces together, and I don't want to have to do this again. I did it once, it's right, it's correct. So I have several backup of this. I back it up everywhere in the cloud. I have a external hard drive. I back it up everywhere. I have several copy of this in my folders. It's I have it on my work laptop as a backup as well. So I have it everywhere in case I lose it, then I will know that it's there. And I also back up our files on a regular basis. So um, none of our financial data gets lost because they do. Yeah, I don't know what I will do. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you like this video. And if you do, please subscribe to my channel. And I will be posting a few other videos throughout this week and related to budget and things like that and sinking funds. And let me know if you want me to show you my tax tracker, and if you want me to talk more about the employee stock option. And if you have any other question, just drop it in the comments below and I will get back to you. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.